Saw them showing a bit of what they can do. And I think ZywOo might be a little bit more tamed here on a map that's less AWP heavy.
He doesn't actually AWP even on the CT side too often. It's kind of going off meta having the full-time primary AWP on that A-bomb side. He actually prefers the M4. We'll see if that evolves. That was last Pro League season, but not on the pistol, right? Let's at least get warmed up before we're doing that.
Can't do the Aussies like this, but maybe they just will. Just running on through. Vexite there with the crossfire. Gets one. The trade's immediate. But look at all these CTs coming through elevator. Trying to book them. Journey downstairs. Jax is up close, looking for the fight. Has the bomb on his back. Needs to find these fights, and he's hitting every single headshot. Oh, make it 4!
That is incredible. It was back and forth for a second, but the stand-in, Jax goes above and beyond and delivers on all fronts there. It wasn't the cleanest 4K, Anders, but it certainly was effective.
Yeah, they were actually in a terrible position. Once you get slowed down on the T side and you actually get boxed in, that's probably a position you should normally lose. So the fact that they managed to fight their way out, I mean, this is a little bit unreal. I feel like that kind of a push from the T side towards the middle, it usually only works if you power all the way through to a bomb site. Once you get stuck in there, it's a very weird position to be in. But yeah, Jax is he's impressed with himself.
I actually take it back. That last kill was so sick. It was pretty clean.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, great to see that from Jax. Well played to him. And unfortunately for Grayhound, that's another pistol round slipping by the wayside. They have full eco and round number 2 here. We will see the UMP back out once again, this time in the hands of ZywOo on the T side here of Vertigo. And Apex has already crept up towards the A-bomb side. Nobody home, I'm afraid. Round over. Just a case of whether they can actually keep anyone alive on the CT side. It's a bit of a wacky and weird situation.
Apex can just hunt here. Mac 10, send him out on a patrol, can farm up some extra cash. We've got him penned in as well. And just with these Galil, swings on out, gets one, but he has been dinked on down and gets it run on over. Now the cavalry has arrived. Jax looking for something. A flash comes through, but he dodges that one. Gotta be careful you don't throw away this AK. You only brought 2 into it. Well, he is finding the kills now. Siggo is to be pretty sick to get anything there. And Apex is there with the Mac 10, even upgrading it.
Yeah, well, there we go. Not too bad, I suppose. We'll be buying up into this third round. That was the full eco. The UMP is going to stay out and about for ZywOo this time.
Yeah, we mentioned last time, Spinx had the UMP. It's an off-meta SMG. Now ZywOo's rocking it. Is there like some sort of hidden cabal of UMP users that
let's see what they can do with it. Maybe there's something to be said about the lesser-known SMGs. We head towards the B side of the map. Vitality trying to break through Liaz and co here as they actually get quite close. Decent flashbang coming through. Can hear a lot of presence on the other side. And now it's actually looking like a full B execution coming through momentarily. Liaz could be in a position to shut this one down, but Magisk will find him. One player remains, and this is not looking good once again for Grayhound. Deploying smokes and hoping they can push Vitality back.
This jump up is so dangerous. Vexite doing the best that he can, but Magisk will take him down instead. And it is a 4-on-3. They're not even really quick to try and get onto the bomb site. Alistair is pushing down on the other side. This could get wild. He might be able to turn this round in their favor.
He can just hang out here. He's got this half of the map locked on in, but he might want to try and push the issue, and he gets punished for it. He had half the map locked off, and ZywOo comes back and opens it. Inns has dropped the bomb, but he's alone here, and he doesn't want to stay and fight it.
Yeah, he has to peel off. It's such a compromised position. Sure, you've got the bomb, but no backup. Need to go join forces with Sicko, ideally, and it's frustrating considering where the C4 is. But as you can see, starting to dissect the map, Spinx has actually made it through construction, and they have no idea. He can suddenly drop, and there's a lot of noise on the CT side here. Guaranteed frag as Spinx converts.
Yeah, just that little bit of audio leak, plenty enough for Spinx to pick up the kill. So, Inns on his own, still 30 seconds left. He has to roll the dice, I feel like. I mean, if you're in the right position, maybe you could do something, but I don't know how you get there. Yeah, he's just very, very slowly starting to move towards the right part of the map at the very least. Down to 20 seconds. Yeah, he's given up on it.
It's crazy how controlled Team Vitality played this one, right? Because they're in a 1v3. They know where Inns just was, and Spinx has literally walked through the entirety of the B bomb site. But he ends up linking back up with them, and they just move as a group onto the B side at the last second. I mean, he could have just kept Spinx up on the connector and just hung out, but playing it safe.
I wanted to make doubly sure, yeah. So, 3 in a row for the Vitality side. They're going to be able to save the 1 M4 there on Grayhound, and that's about it. Not much to celebrate early on once again. But, I mean, there is a little bit of a difference, at least, in terms of the kills. I mean, for the first many, many rounds on Inferno, it felt like it was just ZywOo and maybe even Jax doing crazy things in the middle, and Grayhound weren't really getting that many kills. But they're doing something here, and that's a little bit of a departure. So hopefully that can keep up.
Yeah, just a nice initial gambit here from Majors and Co. The boost was the perfect remedy for the position presented by Liaz, and unfortunately it was Spinx managing to get behind enemy lines. They had no idea. The audio cue gives up the position, and we're in a tough spot once again. Grayhound can't really invest much into this. Even a partial buy would be overstepping the mark. A couple of pistols here and there going around the saved M4. It's a competitive round still with the rifle, but Inns will have to step up and hopefully utilize something like a one-way, get set up by his teammates and use them as cannon fodder, essentially, while he tries to cause some damage here. Round number 4, another uphill battle for the Aussies.
There's a boost being deployed towards A, and the rifle is there. 4 players on this side of the map, and Vitality are just walking through mid. It's completely open to them. No contest so far. They're going to catch Liaz with his back turned, and that's going to be the signal that B is open.
Yeah, they're in the pen as well, aren't they? You can see them all trying to break through and take a fight that might go in their favor, but it's just so well handled by Vitality. Again, there's just no looking at all. Alistair maybe gets a deagle kill here. Does some damage, but 5 points of health himself. He knows where this one's going, and it's another clean sweep of Vitality on the T side of Vertigo, no less. Not a great feeling.
Only a double boost as well. I feel like gotta.
You can use all 5 members sometimes, can't you?
You have to throw in more people to those boosts, you know?
Have you got any good Vertigo boost standards? It's a map I don't see you touching these days, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I have got one.
Saving it for the major?
It could be, yeah, exactly. Trying
the
to sell
highest
it.
bidder.
There are none at the moment, but yeah.
Exactly,
you know. I'd say I want 10% of your prize money.
That's reasonable, I suppose.
Yeah.
1 boost on Vertigo.
1 boost.
Yeah.
But it's every time you use it. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
10 uses. All
It's
out.
all done. Anders, the only winner. Yeah, I have actually got one outside of the B-bomb
Maybe
side.
a segment we could put together this week.
I'll show you something later on. That's a nice flashbang, but somehow Vexside's still able to get a couple of kills behind it. That probably should not be happening. That was a godlike flashbang, so I have no idea how he did that. That's so ridiculous.
The T's must have been flashed there because he had so many opportunities to take those fights. Well handled in mid, and that's completely scuppered this round for Vitality. That bomb going to be collected now, and they're going to have to group up. B is a little lightly defended. They're playing a bit more passive towards mid, so it's potentially an avenue through. They've got 1 smoke they can deploy as well.
Surely a round for Grayhound, but still a lot of work to do. 4 on 2. Jax in a prime position as he waits for his teammate Majors to join him. They've got smokes, flashes and molotovs, but it's all down to this important first frag. They'll deliver the goods. Jax rails that first headshot, but now the plant has to come through. There's that utility on either side. A very effective HE will take down the planter, and Jax trying to force the issue a little bit more now. Instead of making that predictable move of planting, he pushes through the smoke. An interesting concept, one that doesn't work out for him, and that's going to be the first round on the board for Grayhound with 3 players surviving, Anders. Not too shabby.
No, big step in the right direction. I feel like they look a little bit more comfortable at the start of this one. Even if it's a 4-1 scoreline, there's definitely a lot more to work with individually as well. And they might have just been a slow start as well on Inferno. So I'm kind of hoping that they can keep this up and just maybe slow down Vitality enough that they can start to chain some rounds together would be nice at this point in time.
Good way to start things off. Aggression towards B. The drop through. Vexside is tucked on down here, but I think it's been spotted. That utility suggests as much. HE through. Vexside's just sitting on the other side of this smoke. They're trying to flush him out, but he's staying resolute, tucked into the smoke, dodging all these spams, but not for long. Jax eventually finds his target.
So frustrating for him. Got himself into that prime spot, but it all collapses, and now the defense is going to be spread incredibly thin. Reactionary play coming through, and you can see that boost towards middle as well. You might not necessarily anticipate that of your Liaz, as he sheepishly makes his way back in towards CT Spawn, knowing they've sacrificed very important map control. Timings are a little bit off, and Spinx has been exploiting that. And Zico actually has a lovely little position here. Don't see this too often. Normally it can be a one-way with a smoke, but playing it right, and it's actually worked out for 1, but surely doesn't get a second. Takes down Apex as well, and actually neutralizes the situation down to a 3-on-3.
All this while, Liaz has just been tucked into the back of B, waiting for contact to come through. It is going to come his way shortly, but he doesn't want to be committed to the site. That bomb still has a long way to come to get over here. Vitality have been playing such slow rounds on the T side. It's allowed this rotation to come back through. Inns now joins up with Liaz, but they're a little bit separated and spotted. Liaz goes down.
Yeah, just not aware that Magus is going to be up that close. Ince has the right idea, maybe the right timing. It does. Taking out Magus, that's not bad. 2 versus 2, the bomb planted, and Jackson ZywOo left, and they don't really have any more nades. Not that the Grayhound team does either, but they have that 1 defuse on INS, so there's something to work with.
They need this round. That's what they need at this point. The retake will be incredibly difficult. There is time, kits available, a lack of utility, sure, but a single flashbang might be enough. It's Jax, though, chomping at the bit to get stuck in, and Inns will take him down, but the final boss, of course, is ZywOo, as they'll try and get themselves closer and closer towards the bomb site. He removes the first threat up against the final rifle here, and it looks like ZywOo's done enough, just toying with his food at this point. It's a bomb. It gets to the point of no return, and indeed, he gets that final frag as well. Expert play there from ZywOo as they find a 5th round and breaks the financial back of Grayhound.
Beautifully played by ZywOo in the 1v2. He just knows that the clock is in his favor. It's already been planted for so long, and Grayhound had to take that retake slowly because all they had was the single flashbang, and they had to rely on these slow peaks with the AWP, finding these fights. ZywOo gets the first one. That was the tricky one, and then he just needs to play the time around quad, and, well, that's now reduced Grayhound to a bit of a weird one. They're going for a bit of a halfy B, we call this.
A halfy B, when you're kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you can't really decide. Yeah.
I like it.
It's actually kind of interesting with the boost. If they can find a quick, cheeky little kill here, you never know. Got to stand up now and hope for the best. And they might have eluded them the chance. They might get off now because they're actually getting wrapped here. First kill goes in favor of Jax. Could be the double kill, but Lias, he'll at least get 1, but that's about it. Interesting idea, but this Harpy B has slipped by the wayside like all of the other rounds here in this series so far.
Some of the worst timings in the booth I think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's so tragic. If he would have stood up earlier.
It's a nice idea for sure.
Yeah, it was. It could have worked out, but it gets stolen away from them. So 6-1 the scoreline, and plenty of people alive on the Vitality side. So financially, they're doing fine. Jax is at 11-3, so he's still enjoying that in-game or the stand-in role quite a bit.
Yeah, and I actually wonder if Jax coming in here as a stand-in is going to alleviate some of Vitality's T-side worries that they have at times, particularly on Inferno, but we're also seeing it here, just the amount of impact he can have as that aggressive rifler. When you've got that paired with Spinx and Apex, who all like to take fights, you've got 3 people that are just so eager to get amongst it.
It does seem to be working out really well, and as long as they keep being on this T side and get some of these early kills, then, well, it's not going to be this round, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit easier for Vitality to work with. 5-on-3, though. This is a round Grayhound surely cannot lose.
Don't say that.
You've used the word surely, yeah. So this one could actually get a little bit interesting. May just knows he might have to be the linchpin of getting back into this round and using the one-way, trying to sneak his way up. The timing's not bad. CT on the other side could be in a lot of trouble here. Montelop deployed, gives up the fact he's there on the other side. As his teammates potentially come and join him, we'll see whether they're feeling confident enough. Alistair with the AWP. And the B split being presented here, but now just 1-point attack as 2 players remaining. Surely this is where we'll see the second Grayhound round, but there we go. Nice double spray down and a pretty confident one. 4 players surviving, 6-2. Need a lot more where that came from on the CT side here of Vertigo, of your opponent's pick.
But even now, looking at the scoreboard, I mean, this is nothing like Inferno. Even if the scoreline is still going to be favoring Vitality, at this point on Inferno, Grayhound, I think the most they have is like 4 or 5 kills on maybe 1 or 2 players. So at least in that sense, they're doing a lot more work so far on the map. So I'm excited for that part. But you're right, they do need to keep this up. So much money to chew through on the Vitality side, so they're going to be fine for a good long while.
And this might be the map pick of Vitality, but it is worth highlighting that Grayhound domestically are one of the best Vertigo teams. They've got a almost spotless record. One of their only recent losses was against MIBR, and that was on the international stage. Everything else has been wins. But obviously, Team Vitality may be a slightly different league of competition than, say, your Roosters.
That's probably a fair statement, I would say. We'll find out this week for sure. The Roosters are here in attendance as well. Or the Cox, as I believe they're called. As we have got the B stream going on. 0-0 and Ace taking on OG. And quite a close game, it turns out. OG on the precipice of taking it. But still, that's going on as well on the other side of this stage. But we're right back into the action here. Second map between Vitality and Grayhound. Alistair bravely taking on the A ramp. And a shot whistles past their players. But they've gone for complete mid-control here.
Yeah, again, Vitality putting pressure on mid. It's often a place neglected by the T side, and I think they're trying to exploit that, thinking that Grayhound will be leaving it open. Well, Vexside, though, he is here, almost gets the second. Jax is able to trade it, but it costs him a lot of health. Now Liaz has rotated through, catches Jax as he walks through CT. Apex spotted, crossing. Liaz, almost the fight comes through, but that is a slamming headshot, and that is the side open.
Just classic Apex play, just barreling through. Obviously, started his career more or less as an entry fragger, so he still knows what that is like. 3-on-3, and the bomb is going to be planted right away. Some good utility, though, on the Grayhound side. On the last time, they have the smoke, they have the Molotov. They could try and see if they could burn Vitality out of these positions.
Yeah, when it comes down to the firepower, though, Vitality have just showed up in buckets and spades today, and you've got some heavy hitters ready and waiting on the other side of this B-bomb site. ZywOo on a forward-facing stance, hoping this flashbang converts him 3 frags.
Oh, that's a rough timing on the flashbang. They instantly are back. Another one sailing through. That just slowed down so much behind a couple of flashes. Grenade on top of it just to try and slow them down some more. Apex finds one more kill. Alistair on his own trying to get that defuse inside, but it's not going to happen. Magisk instead will get the double kill, and Vitality back to their winning ways.
I can only salute the attempt to go for the defuse there at the end. That was maybe a little bit desperate. The clock
a captain
was
solemnly going down with the ship, just knowing it's all over.
You're committed at that point.
Yeah.
I think that's again one of these situations where Grayhound take a little bit too long on the retake. Time is against them again and again and again. And you know, if they'd maybe committed a little bit quicker before that flash gets set up, catch them off guard, trying to go for this play, and maybe there's a way through there.
7-2. Down but not out. Grayhound will have a buy available to them, and aggressive, of course, towards the A ramp. Inns will take a face fall of shrapnel there from the HEs, down to 43 HP. As Apex looks for any more aggressing CTs on the other side of the smoke, but he has found a gap himself. He actually could get a bit of a backstab going on here. It's getting a little bit wild down here in the smokes. A flashbang not effective, and the first player drops, but a good response from Alistair. Keeps the round competitive.
Kind of a little bit shocked that he actually checked for that, Alistair. That would have been such an easy mistake to make. Oh, he's in trouble still, though. Trying to hide behind a beam. He's going to go down to ZywOo, but at least he did a little bit when he was there. Double kill for him before he's out of the round. And a 3-on-3 now with still plenty of time on the clock, although they are completely out of the B-bomb side.
Yeah, just playing retake on it, and we've seen how that's gone so far. Liaz is going to slowly make his way over there, but by the time he gets there, the site's going to be completely compromised, and they are going to go for the retake. And the other two players are so far removed, they're committed quite deep towards ramp. So if this bomb goes down, I don't even think they go for this.
Probably not. They're really hoping at this point, right, that they even check it in middle. They're about to check the A ramp, and they're going to find out nobody is here. And they're going to find out even more when they hear the sound of that bomb plant. I agree. There's no reason to try and run for this one. They're just so far away by the time that bomb goes down.
Well, someone just won a game on the other side, I think.
Ooh. I'm excited for Zero Nation playing well.
Same.
I really want to see them do that.
Yeah. It would be very cool to see that storyline come to fruition. But for now, the retake is looking likely, but as Lucy stated, not really worth it. It's all gone wrong. The problem is, like, the game's going so bad, Lucy, they might as well go for some of these kind of...
Yeah, you're seeing me with my hand.
Yeah, exactly. No,
here in horror.
I'm just trying to just give you some comfort here because, yeah, it doesn't look good. I probably shouldn't have gone for it, but I guess they just have to take some gambles at this stage. The series probably couldn't be going any worse if they tried.
I thought they were Australian gang signs. I was worried. I thought you were threatening us.
Yeah, you guys, a bit too much caster bias. throwing up signs out here.
Yeah, representing, you know.
Is that a timeout? It doesn't look great now, considering the loss bonus. I assume it's at the maximum stage, indeed. But even on the CT side, you have the impartial by territory, right? You're going to be Desert Eagle, 5-7s, and all that good stuff. A couple of flashes here. They need to steal one of these rounds away. If they can win one of these Deagle rounds, morale will be high, and they've actually got decent positioning here. We've got some music to accompany this one as well, as you see the first shots come through. Liaz, there's significant damage to 2, and it is converted as well. 3-on-3, maybe the man advantage, but it's a lovely shot from Apex to seal the deal here, and trying to get rid of the weaponry. Understandable, just throw it off the map, get rid of it, make sure it doesn't fall into enemy hands.
So many missed opportunities here. I mean, Liaz, even in that initial fight, he has to go back a second time because he didn't finish his meal. Alistair spots ZywOo, and ZywOo is hot on the trail. Looked like maybe he was considering going for a wall bang there. Alistair tucking into default. I mean, he's the only man here. This guy's got a few highlights, but a Desert Eagle, no armor, against 3 Vitality players, gonna be tricky.
And they're leaving them so much space in this round to make a mistake. They must know, obviously, Vitality, that their opponents are put under a lot of pressure, and that's exactly where people start to make a couple of mistakes. You know, go look for a little bit more information, and instead of just waiting around. At this point, there's not much else you could do. I mean, Sicko is starting to move out, but if they do the same on the other side, it's very likely they're going to find that stack just waiting outside of the A-bomb side and instantly get shut down. They actually find an AK, so one of them didn't quite get thrown off the side of the map. That's interesting. 30 seconds, though, and they are going to start to make their way towards that A-bomb side. God damn.
That sounded like Cold Zero, not gonna lie. You never know. But here we go. Plan coming through. Sicko and Alistair, they'll give it another go, but unfortunately that's the AK removed. It's gonna be 9-2, unless something unthinkable goes down in the next 10 seconds. This could be the start of it, and unfortunately won't be converted. Vitality, understandably, in 5th gear at this point, just going through the motions of this half. And it's their map pick. If you're just joining us, it was an absolute blowout on Inferno. It was the first game of the group, a chance to just feel your opponent out. Bit of a mismatch here, even with Vitality withstanding. It seems like, just like in terms of raw firepower, they're just getting outskilled pretty much in every interaction.
It's not slowed them down at all. It doesn't really help them either that Jax has just shown up in great form.
Exactly, yeah. Difficult to prep for a team with a stand-in, especially when they've got this much firepower before them. Like, it's understandable that it's not going in their favor. See what they can make of it. Still can be a competitive half. They can pick up 5 rounds, ideally. You see that initial boost from Aegis once again, taking damage across the board, but Vex had a strike first. Not bad. Nice shot.
Liaz is unaccounted for, tucked in towards the pillar. He can do so much damage here if he catches the timing, but that flashbang, Apex able to find him. Unbelievable, but at least the Vex side is there with 2 more kills. Upgrades to the AK, and they've got a 2-player advantage.
Started to get really worried that he was going to turn around and hit that spray.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
It did look like it.
Running blind spray directly to the dome. It did look possible, but yeah, you're right. A 4-on-2. This is looking quite nice, and that's going to guarantee a frag, surely. Stacking on each other's head, same position, should be fine to close out the round. You just need one of these kills to go in your favor, and it's enough. But I don't know. ZywOo is alive, and I'd never like to say the round is over when this man is at 100 HP.
Also, the Shadow is going to be showing on the ground with the T's peak this one, so the CTs have all the advantage in this kind of a fight. And there's no flashbang at the moment to set anything up with. A little bit of a Molotov. Oh, they did come off the boost, but it doesn't matter. Sicko with a couple of good kills, and Grayhound will make it out of the round and get a 3rd one. It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Need a lot more where that came from, but if they can start to string a couple rounds together, like I said, a competitive half is still available to them. This was the opener. Great awareness. Mages has been punishing them with that boost and finding openers, but they couldn't capitalize this time as they're shut down. Good spray downs and individual contributions across the board there from Grayhound.
You know, I like seeing Vexide back on the scoreboard. I think he was 0-12 on Inferno at one point. So it's just good to see an individual be able to sort of step it up. Oh, what an opening, though. Just as I said, sorry for the curse, Vexide. I do apologize, but it is good to see an individual able to sort of shake off a huge loss and just kind of come back into another map and still play well. So that's something to think about for Grayhound into the future, maybe.
Yeah, latest addition to the squad. Seems like he's fit in pretty well. Liaz now, swaps to his grenade, but able to get his gun back out. But those flashbangs again are making it so difficult for him to defend this. Sicko gets one back through the smoke, and they've got a bit of utility, a tiny amount to do some damage here. ZywOo just gets off default to punch in the digits, though.
Ooh, nice grenade. Well read. But as mentioned, the man advantage lies with Vitality here, and the Molotovs keep on pumping towards the key choke point. So do the bullets as ZywOo connects the dots. 2 kills found. A knife kill for good luck, but almost meaningless in the grand scheme of things. There's plenty of cash on the Vitality side, and he's just got to hightail it now and try and save the weapon. He does mean he can drop in the next round for his teammates, so not a worthless endeavor at all, but still very impressive from ZywOo.
Yeah, but they're on him. They pretty much know. I think they've heard him run this way, so they have a pretty good idea. And the jump up is there. That's aggressive. It's very aggressive.
Yeah, and notice how he hasn't really had to use the AWP and Vertigo. It's not really a mainstay for him anymore. His rifle still looks like one of the best, even though he's known as an AWPer. So sharp right now. I feel like this Pro League could be a statement performance from him as what's to come for 2023.
Just want to say the real downside of him not doing that is there are some sick wall bangs on this map you can do with the AWP. So.
We saw the Negev one earlier.
Oh yeah, the Negev wall bang, yeah.
I wonder if maybe Grayhound could whip that one out in one of these final dying
Might
rounds.
have to. could be all that's left. And if you missed that, I think the idea was a Molotov thrown towards scaffolding, right? And you're spamming through elevators with the Negev and slowing them down enough to burn them away. It's an interesting idea. Sounds like an Anders YouTube video to me, but I would love to see it.
The thing is, they're so wrong about the Negev. They really do need the T-side auto sniper because it does way more damage through that wall.
A lot more expensive, though.
Yeah, but also a lot more humiliating. So I think it all plays out at the end.
Oh, damn, we're going to overtime here.
Hell yes.
That's that screaming.
That was what the screaming was for. So look, OG were up 15-12, if I'm not mistaken, in the little preview box we saw before. So the fact they're in overtime, that's kind of interesting right now.
Cold Zero at 21 kills.
I knew it. I could feel it. The energy was in the room. He's back, baby. And we'll see if Alistair can do anything with these last couple of rounds in the dying stages of the first half. Pushing through the smoke. Feeling brave right now against a very good-looking Vitality.
I hope they don't flash him through. That's what they did earlier, and that did not work out for Inns. He's just going to try and fade it instead. But ZywOo was ready for it, but the smoke advantage gives Alistair the kill. Now he's kind of tucked in, looking for a fight onto Apex, doing damage, swings on back through for a second. Jax does eventually trade him, but it has given them this advantage, and Inns looking to make it another. The spam through does connect.
It's much better. Very compelling rounds here from Grayhound, and where was this in the last 10 rounds or so? They've got 4 players up against Spinx, who hasn't had to do too much in his first half, but maybe he can step up now. Excellent first interaction. Cuts it down to size, 3-on-1 now, and he has got a minute to work with, and these are the sort of rounds he can thrive. A key fragger himself with a full utility belt, and they have started to encroach on his position.
He needs to get this bomb though, that's the issue, and they have it locked in. Sicko is jiggling it every now and then and is going to spot him. 4 for Grayhound.
That was a difficult fight at the start. 2 fights actually for Alistair at the beginning. None of those were necessarily that easy. Pretty impressive that he's managed to not just get the kill but get away and then pick up another one. Even just getting the kill and escaping, I think would have been hard to do. So that's a nice way to begin the round.
Well, here we go, the final round of the first half. And if they can pick up that 5th, I think that's a pretty good haul, all things considered. Up against Vitality, who look red hot right now. 5 competitive rounds after losing the pistol. I'd say that's pretty respectable, to be honest with you. As we'll see them now up against maybe more mid-presence. Lucy mentioned it before. It's an area that's often neglected on Vertigo, becoming a lot more vogue these days. Seems like teams are seeing like the meta has gone away from it, so it makes sense to start exploring and what can be done from this position. So flashbangs, utility, and we'll see whether they can breach through and find the CTs on the other side.
Ooh, Sicko, he's under some pressure here. Grenades behind him, and Spinx will take him down. That's a strong opening.
Someone had to boost him, though, bear in mind. So where could that player be? We'll see him cowering away as Alistair. Not much utility on the T-side. They're pretty compromised by number 15 here with the Galils.
I actually don't mind this setup from Grayhound, even though they have the player down. They have 2 deep on towards B. As long as they don't get too curious and give it up, they've got a really powerful setup, but Jax has spotted the shadow. There's that curiosity. Killing 1 cap, but Vexite does get the trade back. Can fall on back to the site. ZywOo slowly prowling on up with that bomb in hand.
Yeah, needs to be careful due to that fact, but 40 seconds remaining. Man advantage for Vitality, but just a single smoke and a flash remaining. CT's up against the run boosters. ZywOo confirms the stairs are clear at least. As we'll see Vexite playing on the front foot, hoping to get a couple of frags upon arrival. But just to test him first. This looks like a bit of a lock-in. I like the positioning, and he converts it. Can't quite the double, but Inns is there as the B-split comes through. And just Alistair now rotating in from elevators. Got a lot of work to do and gives his position up potentially with the flashbang. They know he's not flanking now. And a few footsteps to boot as the bomb is planted.
Ooh, Apex able to find the last one. 11-4 in favor of Vitality. That is, again, a powerful... At least we got the meme round score, but
That's
otherwise...
true, actually.
Yeah, we've got that. That's the only thing to work with at the moment.
Well, we'll take a break and have a think about it, and we'll be back right after this.
I was meeting Ben Frank. I've been tying up my hands, booking flights, setting trend. I was meeting Ben Frank. I've been tying up my hands, booking flights, setting trend. Stack it up, stack it up, stack it up, stack it up.
Hand on the game, we are not playing the same. No, we not looking to change. Hand on the wheel, they think we lacking the drive. Boy, you should stay in your lane. Foot on the gas, I do not care if I crash, long as I stick to the plan. What is the plan? I cannot lie for none of you, long as I know who I am. I'm in control, God got his hand on my soul. And if I land and he got the remote, made it this far, it's a miracle. Anything less is cynical. Staying true, I can't lie in your interview. Tell the truth while you lie with your interview. And your acting is so hypocritical. In control, nothing more, this is minimum. Can't stop now, I'ma grind till I'm ghost. I thank God how he held me down the most. Can't stop now, gotta grind till I'm ghost. Gotta thank God how he held me down the most.
Got the whole team on my back. I ain't worried about no stats. No time to compete with so-and-so. No time to compete with so-and-so. I ain't got a brag when I'm in my bag. No. Been through a lot, don't know the half. No. When I'm on drive, never lose control. Hand on the game, never lose control. It ain't my fault that I'm in control. When I'm on drive, never lose control.
On a mission, on the move, gotta go, no. Ain't no time to waste my time, we don't slow down. You can have me in dimensions, big dog in dimensions. We be aiming for the fences, I'm in a different dimension. Why y'all be riding the benches? Y'all could just cut through the tension. Graduated from the trenches, no cap and gone. I ain't never need a handout, on my 2 feet, I'ma stand out. I ain't never take a loss now, ain't gon' start now, at the top now, and I know. Can't stop now, I'ma grind till I'm ghost. I thank God how he held me down the most. Can't stop now, gotta grind till I'm ghost. Gotta thank God how he held me down the most.
Got the whole team on my back.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League Season 17, Group C, Day 1. Things have not got any easier for the Grayhounds. They're down 11-4 on their opponent's pick here. But they do move over to the T side, Anders. Maybe that could be some good news for them. I have no idea. But yeah, up against the dual elites, doesn't look like it'll be going too well. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I still just want to point out the positive news of them getting a lot more kills on the actual scoreboard. They're not getting wiped out. Even if the scoreline's very one-sided here, it is at least a little bit more competitive in that sense. But yeah, the second half, it better start off well, Lucy. They did have to start winning this pistol round, surely.
2 decoys in the mix, you know that means there's a big brain strategy about to be unleashed, and it's going to completely catch Team Vitality off guard. There's no way they're ready for 2 decoys. ZywOo, he might have 2 pistols, and well, he's trying to connect something, and oh my god, he is somehow runs out eventually, but finds 2.
I've never seen anyone run out of bullets on the dual elites, but he makes it work. A couple of kills found, and only a couple of players left for Grayhound. Inns and Alistair will have to work their magic here, as they'll fire off some shots, but realizing the situation, Vitality can peel off, enable those crossfires, and there's the decoy. We said it could be a massive factor here, and indeed does avert the gaze of a player for a second. As they do recover the dualies, Alistair will have those, and not an impossible round, but a minute left, smoke and Molotov at least, but they need to get through short first.
Almost stepped on the decoy there.
Yeah, landmine.
Gotta be real careful about that. Yeah,
could be a new feature coming soon, landmines in CSGO. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
that's the big update.
Why not? Why not? A lot of speculation about all that stuff at the moment, which is
That's
enjoyable.
my hot take. That's what's coming.
That's your take. All right,
Yep.
landmine.
Landmines in CSGO, yeah.
Huh. Just Inns and Alistair left. Good headshot, but they needed to stay alive, both of them. Spinx is going to execute a second player, and it will be Vitality winning another pistol. They've been doing that a lot today.
Seems like it, doesn't it? 7 guns technique with the dual Berettas and the full 30 bullet spray as well. Did a ton of damage for ZywOo. Only gets 2 kills. I say only. The job was pretty much done at that point due to the damage output, and that faces it all. Liaz not enjoying himself. It's difficult too when you've got up against ZywOo firing on all cylinders. No one seems to be missing for Vitality. And unfortunately, no bomb planted. So we are going to see the force buy with the Tech-9s across the board. It's a decent buy. These rounds are very possible, but you do need to find the gap. You need to break the rules a little bit when it comes to the approaching sequences of Counter-Strike. Look for a moment where a reload's coming in perhaps, or a CT's caught out of position, and hopefully capitalize and punish. Aegisto very, very passive towards middle, holding the CT spawn side. So they've got a basic mid-execution here with the flashbang. They'll just push off this one, hope for the best, and taking a lot of damage on Rupa. Construction is available.
Yeah, made their way over. Spinx is the only one here, although there is actually Jack all the way down, but not for long. Liaz gets the kill. Spinx under so much pressure with that FAMAS, looking for a fight. Sicko's found another. Somehow Spinx is dodging everybody, but can't dodge Liaz. And that's the site completely taken. Weapons picked up as well.
Well, there you have it. That's what we're talking about, the Tech-9. The snowball can turn into an avalanche very quickly indeed. This 1 kill found, and you can see all hell broke loose. And Apex and ZywOo, no choice but to fall back and hopefully find some exit kills. There's the first one found. Need to be careful, Grayhounds. Every kill will be expensive here. There's plenty of guns on the floor. It's a great round, but don't start throwing kills away.
Yeah, just keep this going. Get any kind of momentum. I don't know if have they won any consecutive rounds so far, Grayhound, in any of these maps?
I think on Inferno towards the end they got 2 in a row, but that was up.
That was about it, yeah. So they just need that much would be a good start. Nice little underhand nade being thrown over there.
It's actually brought a couple of these players quite low, and they might be in danger.
If it was Inferno, they might be dead.
Yeah, I think Vertigo is the smallest bomb
I want to say that,
damage.
yeah. Maybe Nuke
I think
could
they're
rival
tied,
it.
potentially.
Yeah.
Pretty tiny.
It is not doing well at the moment. Maybe it's going to get upgraded. Maybe that's another future update. I like it on Inferno. I like the fact that people have to make those hard choices, even if the round is practically won already. There's a very uncomfortable moment for Spinx at the start of there. He was battling everybody, so couldn't make his way out. But they are still dangerous in this run. Vitality, the 1 M4, the 3 MP9s, and the 1 Deagle in play. So don't discount them just yet.
No, certainly not. MP9, a very potent weapon in the correct hands, as we'll see. A shot across the bow here. Bullets being fired downrange. ZywOo looking to connect a few of them if possible. The battle of utility continues. Always the focal point of Vertigo. A reason a lot of people don't like the map, I would say, as we already talk about it, is a ramp fight, but we'll see how it develops. That's the utility done for on the CT side as they get on the front foot, trying to force the issue here. ZywOo to lead the charge, and of course, he's pulled it off, and the double kill potential as they're taking each other down here, but still a fighting chance, but maybe not for long. Grayhound starting to be struck down as we'll see the final kill come through. 2-on-1 for Sicko as now has a minute to work with.
Can I get a replay of how that Molotov landed on top of them?
I don't know.
That was a friendly Molotov. It looked like it bounced straight into the ceiling and right back down behind the box.
I wonder if he was trying to throw the one that goes into mid to set up Sicko for some chaos, but...
Oh, that was wild.
Literally backfires.
Yeah, the timing could not have been worse, could it?
Quite literally. The fire came back.
Yeah, I appreciate the great use of literally. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay then. Well, Vitality, well, they do quite a lot with the MP9s. In the end, it's ZywOo. Aggressive, of course, with the M4. Nails that first kill, and all hell breaks loose after that. And you can see smiles all round. They know which way this one's going. Looking for that 2-0. Touching distance of it now. So, yeah, weird Molotov. You're right. Trying to throw the glitch molly, it seems.
Probably.
And then nuking your team in process didn't really work out. Looks a little silly in the replay, but just unfortunate, I suppose. I don't know how to throw that molly, so I can't talk. But there we have it.
They don't either.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't either.
Australian barbecue.
Fair. Yep.
Okay, so start. Taking out ZywOo, that always just has to feel great. Even if you're down 13-5, at least they managed to do that in the round.
It helps for sure.
It does, quite a lot.
Vexai's actually having a great game. The one that just took down ZywOo. Top of the leaderboard for the Hounds. 15 kills in only 5 rounds. Pretty tasty. Sicko gets 1. Not sure control now being established. Apex drops the incendiary. That's going to slow things down further. But they can take their time. Plenty of it on the clock. And they picked themselves up another rifle. So feeling pretty good in this.
Yeah, they should. Slow advance right now, but I don't really mind it. Once you already have the lead, there's no reason to just throw it away that quickly. A little bit of a peek coming in. They've got Lias outside of the B bomb site, so just making sure that no one is flanking in through that way. And they still have 50 seconds left with just so much time on this map, so no real fear at the moment. Spinx is going to get 1 kill before he goes down, and that was Apex, so they still know that he's here. Although, oh, the lineup! He nearly got into the curtains. That's crazy. That was so close to getting a triple.
Okay, and just needs to get out of here and get to B. Lias has taken all the control. Just needs to not overstep the mark. Inns has so little HP that Lias is desperate to try and get things back into their favor, but there's that flank coming through from Jax, and that might just be the round done and dusted. Inns with 5 HP, make it 0. Jax with the headshot, and 14 for Vitality.
That's devastating. They should not have been losing this round.
You do hate to see it. It wasn't part of the script, that's for sure. And Jax and Spinx just popping off, 5 between them. The fuse comes through. It's a somber tone in the room right now as realization starting to set in as Grayhound. 2-0 looking very likely. And yeah, it was looking so strong at one stage, but it all comes crashing down. And the money's not great either. They do have on $3,000. It's partial buy territory, but they're going all in. It's going to be Galil's armor and bare bones utility as they try and navigate their way through round number 20 here. And you can see the late buys coming through. Scout for Alistair, a couple of deagles. Doesn't feel great, but we'll see what they can make of it.
Yeah, not that much to work with at the moment. Scout, though, is simply, like you said, that's always fun. Huge fan of the Scout myself.
You're a fan of it, but are you good with it?
Naturally, yeah, of course.
Yeah, obviously. Stupid question. It's Anders after all.
It's just too much fun. The extra movement speed is just,
yeah,
it makes a whole new game, whole new world.
And 10 bullets instead of 5.
That's exactly right. Well, rough start for the Scout. And rough situation for Grayhound to be in. They have some utility to play around with in the round. At least they could do that, but Vitality, this is kind of the problem with the map, though. When you lose that A ramp control, if you can't get it on the T side, then anything else you try and do from there on out is going to feel like it's just so telegraphed. It's almost like on Inferno when you can't take top mid. Similar position that they're in here.
Still got a fair bit of utility here to go for this B execute. They can flush Jax off default, push them back with the smokes. Jax actually dropping a smoke in advance of it. Head spots it eventually. Using that smoke to his advantage. I don't think Inns could see him, just veiled by it. And now he can move over towards quad. There is a Molotov that Alistair can use to flush this. And it all comes down to where he wants to throw it. It's in his hands at the moment, and he's thrown it towards default. So Jax has a free position, might not even be needed, swings out eventually. Lias drops, and Alistair, 7 HP, and a Scout gets the tiniest of tags, but that's it.
Well, that's going to be series point, Anders. 10 rounds in a row required on the T side.
Give me your best sales pitch, Henry, for why Grayhound is about to make a 10-round comeback. You're employed by their PR division.
Well,
you need to sell this.
The thing is, Anders, it all starts with this round here. They are specialists with the Tech 9s. We've seen
especially with the Tech 9s.
We've seen that run and gun potential. We've seen them punish the B bomb site. And as soon as they get some wind in their sails, this team could actually do something with this game. They're called Greyhounds for a reason. They can do things pretty quickly. And sure, it's going to take 10 rounds, but it all starts with this procedure right here. We call this one the A-Take. And for now, let's see what they can make of it. It's not the best start, no one's saying that. But they can get back into it, let me tell you. There it is, Alistair, cracking things open.
And it's shut right back up. That's the series. Just like that, Henry. Vitality 2-0.
Didn't work out. It didn't work out.
I did almost buy it.
Didn't stick the landing though, did I? I haven't got the job. Should I go? Should I leave?
No, I think it's good. I thought it was nice. Put it in the resume, you know. There's something to work with there in the future. But yeah, ultimately, Vitality just way in a different league today, at least.
Just in an individual level. Like, say what you will about the standard situation, but they just blew them out of the water in every regard of the game. Very comfortable.